Oh, goes big down the middle again though on the second serve. Oh, but it's Sinner returns it and the error on the backhand side from Shelton. So Sinner is the winner.
Sinner seals the deal. 6-3, 7-6. No great surprises, I guess, in terms of the result. Is there something that Ben can take from this going forward, do you think?
I mean, I think, it's positive, I guess, that he was able to keep that second set close after the first set. And I think even, obviously it wasn't ideal, obviously, him going down an early break in the first game, but, there were he did have one break point in that first set, and there were some sort of positive moments, I guess, in terms of, there was a little chance maybe he could have broken back, but maybe he'll have some ideas from this. But again, it's just, I think he has, some of the tools to be able to disrupt him, but it's just, you've got to be perfect. Your execution's got to go, perfect every time. There's some few sloppy points here, they're not going to do it for you against Jannik. So yeah, maybe that'll come at some point, but obviously not today.
No, and not in this tournament as a whole. But I'm not as down as some people have been during this tournament on Ben. I think this is okay. Just don't do this again year after year. But now it's okay at your stage in your development. As for Jannik, I mean, perfect in this group. But I guess we're not surprised again. I remember a week ago talking to Steve Flink, and he said, I think Jannik's winning all three. And actually, I think he's probably winning all three in straight sets. And I was like, yeah, there's at least a 50-50 chance that that's exactly how it pans out. And it's exactly what happened. And it actually wasn't, for Jannik, yes, but for most other mere mortals, it wasn't an absolutely easy group, in my opinion. I mean, you've got, the indoor goat in Felix. You've got Zverev, which on his day is the third best. Well, he is the third best player in the world, not just on his day over the last 12 months. And Ben can be a box of tricks, although I did think that this tournament just came a bit too early for him in so many ways. But yeah, Jannik going forward, I mean, he's the favorite for the title, in my opinion. What do you think?
Oh yeah,
but I'm putting him ahead of Carlos in that.
Yeah, I picked him for the title even before the tournament, but he just suits this environment so well and conditions, and it's
27 winners to 14 unforced errors today. It's a very good ratio.
He basically gets a bye to the final now against Demon Armin.
I've just got the head-to-head because I do want to talk about it for a couple of minutes before we end this. 12-0, yeah. And it's also the nature of those wins. I don't remember them all off the top of my head, but I can't remember Alex doing much against him. He won a set against him recently, I think.
Yeah, the last match, was it?
In Beijing. So it was in Beijing, so it wasn't the last one, but the one before, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. You're right, yeah. The one in Beijing, yeah. So yeah, so the last one indoors.
in Vienna, straight set. Yeah. That Australian Open, 3-2-1. I mean, yeah.
That's right.
There's a walkover for de Minaur that doesn't count for him in the head-to-head, of course, but there you go. 2023. I don't even remember this one. Oh, yes. That was when I think Jannik maybe had a late match, really late at night, and there was lots of comments for the next couple of weeks about tennis scheduling that have sort of gone away a little bit. And I think actually maybe even Paris Masters might have done something since then to sort of at least not, if not guarantee it, make it less likely. I think maybe they start a bit early or something. But anyway, that was the one walkover that Alex got. But yeah, in terms of the matchup, I mean, I just don't think there's anything Alex can do to Jannik, right?
Yeah, I mean, it would be extremely surprising if something happened. I mean, if he was even to... It's just, as I say, it's just in these conditions, it just suits Jannik's game so well. And that really, I mean, the only person that can stop him is probably Carlos. And then I think Carlos is the underdog a little bit in that matchup on indoors. But yeah, it's just ridiculous, really. I mean,
Indeed. I mean, just a quick side. I mean, this is sort of a repeating scenario because I think I've done a few previews for Sinner and De Minaur over the last 12 months. And every single one, of course, I've predicted Sinner to win, and every single one Sinner has won. And every single preview has been these two guys have basically very similar tennis makeups, but Jannik does absolutely everything better. And if there's one maybe matrix that goes in Alex's favor, it might be speed. But then there's such a big gap in terms of the serving and probably return as well. That's just everything. It's not like, Riley Opelka may well, if they were playing tomorrow in the semi-finals at the ATP Finals, might have a better chance than Alex de Minaur of winning. I think going forward, by the way, I think Felix can narrow the gap. I know it's obviously not. I've seen Felix play Jannik a lot over the last few weeks. And I know Jannik has won all of those matches, but I've seen enough from Felix to say, you know what? He can go 3 sets. A bit like Zverev. Again, Zverev this week, I think, was a bit unlucky in the number of breakpoint opportunities he had. I think it was 7 in all. And he mentioned at his press conference afterwards, he actually didn't feel that bad after the loss because he is actually not far away from Jannik. Alex, on the other hand, is light years away, right?
Yeah, I mean, so what happens now then? It's going to be either, so Felix or Zverev, right? And
yeah, plays Carlos because that's like a quarterfinal, basically. Winner of that qualifies second, and we'll play Carlos in the semis tomorrow.
Do you think it's going to make any difference who Carlos faces?
Probably, yeah. I think Carlos against Felix. Carlos is a warm favorite. Now, people are going to go, John, a week ago in your preview for the tournament, you actually had Felix getting to the final. That is true. But I'm a little bit pleasantly surprised by Carlos's level this week because I saw him lose to Cam Norrie in Paris. I saw him a year ago and other ATP finals just not really producing. But this has been his absolutely so far his best level throughout this tournament compared to previous years. And he obviously won Rotterdam this year, but that felt like a long while ago as he was losing. I'm obviously comparing conditions and so forth. But that felt a long way away when he lost that match to Cam recently. So that's why now I'm probably changing my mind. So I do think he's got a bet against Zverev. It's probably 55-45. I've seen Zverev in quick conditions beat Carlos so many times. Their head-to-head is not bad for Sasha. So now I think Carlos is improving it year on year, and I'm not sure Zverev is. In fact, this year you might even say Zverev has gone backwards. But there's absolutely no guarantees that Carlos is beating Zverev. I think against Felix, probably, considering what I've seen so far this week, I think Carlos is probably winning that, but not definitely. What about you?
Yeah, it just depends on. Yeah, I think overall, you would say that Zverev does have a better chance maybe to cause an upset. I mean, especially, I think, at the semi-final stage. But then, of course, if Felix does, catch fire, I guess he's going to be able to keep the score certainly close. So, yeah, I mean, perhaps, Felix could catch fire and maybe he actually shocks Carlos.
He can. I just think it's slightly less likely. By the way, Zverev, of course, beat Carlos 2 years ago at this exact event, and right. I know that both players, their trajectories have changed a little since then. But honestly, I like many tennis fans, I guess I probably would like to see an Alcaraz Sinner final because I think that could be fireworks and such and such.
Very like to actually come through and beat Carlos and then Sinner and then go out in the 4th round in Australia or something.
Say that again, sorry?
I said it'd be very Zverev to actually come through and beat Alcaraz and Sinner to win the title here and then lose early
in Australia.
In Australia. I mean,
yeah. Although I do have a bit more faith in Zverev now compared to say 3 years ago at slams. There was a point, I think he'd never beaten someone in the top 10 at a slam. I remember that was being bandied about at the beginning of 2022.
That was a long time ago, yeah. But
it was beginning of 2022.
Right.
Yeah.
It
And
went
I
on for a
remember
while.
that year he lost to Chapo, I think, in the 4th round. And it was I think it might have been straight sets for Chapo. It was a bizarre loss for Zverev, I think. But that is the last moment, really, I think. Oh, then he got injured, didn't he, unfortunately, in the semis at the French Open in 22. But he beat Carlos on the way. That set him back 9-10 months, which coming back to Runa, by the way, might be a little. So he might come back some point next summer, but it might not be until 2027 that we end up seeing the Runa that we all remember. Might be, anyway. But that's another story. All right, Eddie, big thanks for today.
Pleasure.
And I'll be speaking to you again very soon. And yeah, just a quick closure, of course, on this particular stream. Do check out the link below for the Tennis Warehouse Europe link below. Just click on that. Even if you're outside of Europe, it's still applicable, and you can just write your location, etc. And then use the code TALK10. That's capital TALK, and then the number 10. Use that code when you check out because you'll get a discount, I think, on everything except tennis balls. I think it's applicable for. But yeah, get all your tennis goods from that link below and enjoy whatever it is what you want, whether it be rackets, shorts, shoes, or dampeners. Do you use a dampener, Eddie?
I do. Yeah.
Do you? Okay. I don't, but maybe I should. All right. Okay. Cheers, Eddie. And for everybody else, you know the drill. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.